7 feet tall, scales, red eyes, and a massive tail. That's the description of the ever-elusive lizard man.
Mark, are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no on that.
There is a conspiracy theory from all over the world which talks about a reptilian race that lives along with us.
Many people believe there are shape-shifting reptiles living among us for a long time with visual evidence to prove it. But what do these clips really show? Are they proof of a hidden reptilian race or something else entirely? Let's dive in and find out. Martian intruder. A man was filming the playful swats from a ginger cat, but the cat's playful mood evaporated. It arched its back, fur bristling, and hissed with unnatural anger at the window. The man was taken aback, but before he could react appeared an alien, unmistakably alien. Large black eyes vanished as quickly as it appeared. The recording clicked off, leaving behind a single chilling image, a vacant window and a cat, its fur still standing on end, staring with primal fear at the unseen. What was it? Reptilian glitch.
The New World Order will start.
Known for her charismatic leadership in social welfare programs post-COVID, Carla Rubilar, a former minister of Chile, went viral for a completely different reason. She was caught behaving strangely during a routine interview. She appeared uneasy, standing upright as if making an effort to stay engaged. However, this wasn't what raised eyebrows. As thousands watched, the camera zoomed in on Rubilar's face, and her eyes suddenly widened. In a brief moment, her pupils changed shape and transformed into reptilian slits right before the viewer's eyes. Although it lasted only a split second, it was enough to convince many people. Despite Rubilar's spokesperson later claiming it was a TV glitch, the channel denied this, fueling further suspicion.
The New World Order will start.
Resting demon. An anonymous video has the internet buzzing. It shows a strange, seemingly alien creature sprawled on the floor. But here's the twist. The moment the creature senses the camera, its eyes flare with anger and it scrambles to its feet. The video cuts out before we see the full encounter. Was the cameraman caught? Did the creature give chase or fled away? Some viewers believe this is an alien living undercover amongst us and its disguise malfunctioned. Reptiles gaze. Something on the same lines happened with the former White House press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, who recently came under scrutiny, but not for the reasons you'd expect. During a G20 meeting, a camera panned to her and captured something unusual. Her gaze towards the audience suddenly transformed, with her eyes taking on a reptilian appearance. While it's easy to dismiss this as a camera glitch, a closer look shows the effect lasted longer than a typical glitch would. As she turned her head, her eyes seemed to move in the opposite direction, something a glitch wouldn't usually cause. Reptiles in the administration? It certainly raises some questions. Alien possession. A man named John decided to surprise his old buddy Mark and flew across states to see his smile. But before he even reached the house, something creepy crawled out of the woods behind it. It looked like Mark, all long and twisty like a broken spider, moving in ways people just shouldn't. John's jaw hit the floor. This couldn't be Mark, right? John stammered out Mark's name, but all he got back was a scary growl that made him shiver. John grabbed his phone. He had to help Mark, but his friend seemed lost in a creepy world of his own. John filmed the whole thing, then he tiled it out of there and called for help. The police are on it, and doctors are trying to figure out what happened to his friend.
What's up, dude?
Home sweet home. Back home in the countryside, a man decided to pay respects to the farm fields where he spent his youth. Walking through the crops, he saw movement in the distance. He figured it was just a hungry critter, nothing he couldn't handle. But as he got closer, well, let's just say it wasn't your average rabbit. Right smack in the middle of the field popped out a little fella unlike anything he'd ever seen. Short and skinny with a long gray face like a mask. It looked almost human-shaped, but way too weird to be friendly. Maybe an alien on a field trip? Before the man could get a good look, the little gray dude ducked down and vanished into the crops like a shadow. Talk about a close encounter. Impoopster! A recently surfaced video of the Pope has ignited a firestorm of online debate. In the clip, the Pope appears to be reaching up to scratch his nose, but his skin seems to exhibit an unusual elasticity, snapping back into place unnaturally quickly. Now, there are people who believe that the Pope is not human, and they claim this video to be proof of reptilian features hidden beneath a human disguise. So, what is it? A rare skin condition that the Pope suffers from? Weird camera angle? Or cleaver editing? Or is this seriously the case of reptilian aliens living among us and driving us? Continental alien alert! Indian farmers had a brush with the bizarre 3 years ago. Imagine their terror when reports surfaced of a strange, alien-like creature moving through fields and attacking people. Panic spread like wildfire, with rumors claiming the beast hailed from the scorching Thar Desert in Rajasthan. In an even closer encounter, the same said creepy critter popped up again. Someone in Nevada filmed that awful thing. Forget mutant animals. This looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Till this date, no one knows what was that creature. Shape-shifting alien. For weeks, a man was plagued by a mystery, a strange thumping from his roof, always at the same time. Every night he'd race outside, flashlight in hand, only to find nothing. Frustrated, he decided to play detective. One night, phone gripped tight, he camped out in his backyard. A bizarre creature never seen before materialized on his roof. The homeowner froze, phone snapping a picture. Startled by the sudden light, the creature stood frozen, its big, weird eyes wide. Then, in a flash, it scurried across the roof like a panicked spider. Tree chump. Lost in the Russian wilderness, a hiker named Ivan found himself surrounded by withered trees. As he desperately searched for a way out, a faint shuffling sound broke the silence. It seemed to come from a shadowy corner, like a sneaky animal trying to stay unseen. Ivan pulled out his camera and crept closer. He zoomed in, heart pounding. Two glowing orbs flickered from within the dead branches of a tree. Focusing further, he saw a tiny creature with features that screamed, "Not of this world." Its presence sent shivers down his spine, and silently but quickly, Ivan found his way back. Mystery creature. A camping trip for a group of friends took a hair-raising turn when they ventured deeper into the woods than they should have. Deep within the dense foliage, they saw a figure shuffling through the trees. At first glance, they thought it might be a pale, sickly person. But as they focused their flashlight, the details became clear. Grayish skin, impossibly long limbs, and a body far too thin to be human. Before they could wrap their minds around what they were seeing, the rhythmic thud of helicopter blades shattered the silence. Panic surged through the group, and they bolted back towards their campsite. The creature's alien appearance and the sudden arrival of helicopters. It looks like a government cover-up. Facebook charade.
You're human, and I was human. I am human, still.
Mark Zuckerberg, the face behind Facebook and now Meta, has become an unlikely target for online theories. His public appearances often spark discussions, not about his business ventures, but about his social interactions. Some find him stiff and awkward, his body language peculiar, and his speech patterns robotic. These observations have taken a strange turn, with some suggesting Zuckerberg might not be entirely human. A reptilian creature in disguise, perhaps?
You're human, and I was human. I am human.
Slim shady behavior.
Saturday night, but folks, I want to take you to the world premiere of one of his new videos.
A popular theory suggests some stars achieve success by making a pact with a race of intelligent reptilian beings. And a decade ago, a bizarre incident fueled this discussion. During an ESPN interview promoting his song Berserk, something strange happened. Thousands of viewers witnessed Eminem's eyes glaze over as he stared directly at the camera, his face contorting into an unnerving expression. While some simply blamed nerves, others saw it as proof of a reptilian alien struggling to maintain its human disguise within Eminem. Well, Eminem is a talented artist known for pushing boundaries. Perhaps this interview was just another way to provoke a reaction, and it certainly worked.
Saturday night, but folks, I want to take you to the world premiere of one.
Trinidad's secret. People love conspiracy. We just saw it with Eminem's reptilian takeover during his interview, a likely case of nerves blown out of proportion. Now, Nicki Minaj is in the spotlight for her eyes. Fans initially assumed colored contacts explained her eye color changes. However, Nicki insists she doesn't wear them. This, of course, fuels theories of alien origins. But is it more likely she has a secret stash of contacts, or that she's a shape-shifting alien overlord? Adding to the fire is a recently surfaced video where some claim to see oddly pointed fingers with fanged edges on Nicki. However, zooming in on low-quality footage can lead to distorted perceptions. Let's face it, aliens living amongst us would be a mind-blowing discovery, but extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, so let's wait for it. The Lizard President. Although it may seem bold to put the President of the United States on the spot, Joe Biden has been acting suspiciously for a while. Many observant individuals believe that what we perceive as signs of old age are actually indications of him secretly being a reptile. It's not just his occasional lack of balance, although he has stumbled quite a few times, but his difficulty with even simple tasks raises eyebrows. For instance, he struggles with putting on a jacket, not because he can't hold it, but because it appears he doesn't understand how to do it. Additionally, there's the matter of his ear shape. His earlobes used to hang, but recently they seem to be attached to his skin, as if glued on. Now, that's creepy. Alien abduction. And here is a real-life alien abduction caught on, well, not exactly camera, but witness testimony. 1 minute, two friends are chilling in a forest clearing. The next, poof, one vanishes like a magician's trick. The remaining friend, let's just say his fight-or-flight response kicked in hard. Hours later, the missing buddy reappears in a heap, looking like he wrestled a UFO and lost. And here's the clincher. Slow-mo replay reveals a light beam where he disappeared. Coincidence? You be the judge. A bad fit. Okay now, what if the reptilian takeover is already underway? They might be in suits trying to blend in at government meetings, but even the best disguises have cracks. Take this recent video. A woman in the background seems off. Everyone else is chill, but she keeps darting nervous glances around. Maybe it's jitters, but that delayed laugh feels rehearsed, like she's just mimicking the others. And the way she keeps fiddling with her eyes, is she just self-conscious or trying to adjust reptilian contacts? This might be a case of overactive imaginations. Still, gotta admit, it's a fun way to spice up a boring meeting, right? Devil's Landing. A local man got way more than he bargained for when he set up a camera in his backyard, suspecting some strange goings-on. What did he catch? A bona fide UFO hovering like a giant chrome pickup truck searching for a parking spot. Before you can say extraterrestrial encounter, the hatch pops open and out beams a grayish figure, humanoid-ish but blurry from a distance. This ET makes a quick dash behind some bushes, then things get even weirder. A glowing orb floats up to the UFO, gets sucked inside, and the whole shebang zooms off. What is this? You decide? Camping's end. Campfire stories are great, but some encounters leave you wishing you'd stayed inside. One camper learned this the hard way when a late-night exploration led him to a lanky, otherworldly figure lurking in the shadows. Hoping to avoid a close encounter, he froze, but this creature wasn't fooled. Its head snapped around, locking eyes with the terrified camper. Just as his mind raced with escape plans, another head popped up, a second alien, seemingly aware of his presence. But before things got any more horrifying, the camera clicks off, leaving us with a chilling glimpse and a reminder. Sometimes the best horror stories are the ones left untold. Forest Dweller. Hit play on this mind melter. A guy films his supposed near abduction by aliens. We see a spaceship chilling right above him, like a menacing chrome umbrella. Panic sets in, and the guy bolts, diving for cover in a muddy ditch. But uh-oh. The rustling leaves tell a terrifying tale. Another one's coming. Out stumbles an alien with smooth, creepy skin. Its emotionless face boasts giant black eyes, staring down the witness. Thankfully, after a tense standoff, the alien leaves. Close call or elaborate hoax? You be the judge, but this footage is sure to fuel the alien encounter fire. Alien Soldier. Two UFO hunters on a stakeout stumbled upon the real deal, a tiny ET right out of a sci-fi movie. Hiding in the woods, they watched in disbelief as the little alien, clad in what looked like a uniform, cautiously peeked around. Now, this wasn't your average tourist. The creature clearly felt exposed and scanned its surroundings before scurrying back into the undergrowth. Conspiracy theorists are buzzing. The outfit screams alien soldier on a recon mission. Was it scouting Earth or just lost in the woods? Bush Baby. The line between friendly neighbor and extraterrestrial house guest just got blurry. A man in China, plagued by mysterious backyard scurrying, finally caught the culprit on camera. Motion sensors activated, and there it is. A flash of movement in the corner. Squint hard, and you might see a face peering out from behind a leaf. Humanoid features, sure, but the way it darts around sends shivers down your spine. The man searched his yard, finding nothing but unanswered questions. Is his neighbor secretly harboring an alien, or is this a cunning intergalactic traveler blending in a little too well? Backyardigan.
Okay, where is this on your property?
Imagine this. A frantic 911 call pierces the usual dispatcher routine. A man claims an 8-foot-tall alien is chilling in his backyard. The dispatcher, used to a thing or two, almost dismisses it as a prank. But the caller's desperate pleas convince her to send a patrol car. The officers arrive, expecting a scene from a B-movie. But nope, just your average backyard. However, the homeowner throws them a curveball, a CCTV recording. There it is, the 8-foot shocker, long arms, weird hands, and the kicker, 3 eyes. The creature hunches over, drained, then something unseen sends it bolting. Even the cops are left scratching their heads.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard.
Creepy mimicry.
What are your friends saying when they see you on TV?
I don't know right now.
While campaigning for a Senate seat in 2012, Barry Hinckley was interviewed alongside his son, Hudson, when reporters noticed something unusual. As interviewers asked Hudson about his father's campaign, the little boy started to answer, but Barry began mouthing the exact same words at the same time. Initially, everyone assumed they were reading off a teleprompter, but why would Barry be doing that? This sparked a wild theory. Barry might be controlling his son's words through some secret technique, suggesting he possessed superhuman abilities or belonged to a secret alien race. Given how things have been lately, it almost seems possible.
I want to be in the war and save the country.
The Last Man Standing. The drone operator cursed under his breath. This wasn't part of the routine forest survey. He zoomed the camera in for a closer look. The alien's impossibly thin body, almost skeletal, was encased in a shimmering, translucent membrane. It moved with an unsettling grace, despite its obvious struggle on the uneven logs. The operator switched the drone's feed to thermal imaging. The alien didn't register as a heat source, another oddity. His mind raced. A crash? Maybe, but what kind of spaceship wouldn't leave a trace, especially one big enough to hold this creature? A cry for help!
Is not real, and you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not.
Aboard an American Airlines flight, a female passenger caused widespread panic by repeatedly asking to be taken off the plane. Pointing to the back row, the woman insisted that one of the passengers was not real. According to witnesses, she claimed that the passenger was actually a reptilian creature in disguise and that she could somehow sense the truth. However, nobody took her seriously. She was later identified as Tiffany Gomez, an internet personality. When interviewed, Gomez avoided discussing the incident. Many believe her reluctance to talk about it is because undercover agents who know about reptilian creatures paid her a visit, and that she's staying quiet to keep herself safe.
Why did you think the people were in danger on the flight?
Just due to the altercation. I don't want to go into too much detail.
Crystal deep. Deep in a Mexican cave, a group of teenagers, flashlights cutting through the darkness, stumbled upon something extraordinary. An alien-like creature. Strangest of all, patches of grass defied the cave's logic, carpeting the cavern floor. Perhaps the creature, with its bizarre appearance, was cultivating the grass for sustenance. Despite the cramped quarters, the creature looked surprisingly healthy, maybe a little too healthy. Anyways, the teenagers escaped the cabin eventually, but later on, when they searched for the hidden entrance countless times, nothing was found of it again. A whirlwind nightmare. Hundreds of meters underground, these men followed a shadowy path deeper into a cave, hoping for an exit dwindling with each step. Then a flicker in the dim flashlight beam. A shape unlike anything they'd ever seen. A bizarre, grayish creature lay inert against what looked like an ancient well. Their limited view offered little comfort. The sheer alienness of the being sent shivers down their spines. And to top it all off, a low, unnerving sound was coming out of the creature. Quebec's mystery. A YouTuber ignited a frenzy with a video claiming he stumbled upon a deceased alien in the snowy expanses of Quebec. The story? A snowmobiler chanced upon the extraterrestrial and documented the scene before notifying authorities. Here's where things get strange. Upon arrival, officials whisked the alien away, leaving the snowmobiler with a head full of questions and a camera full of proof. What kind of being was it? Where did it come from? Most importantly, where did it go after disappearing into the hands of tight-lipped officials? The silence from authorities only intensified the mystery. EBE. Decades ago, a pair of anonymous explorers venturing into the unknown corners of the U.S. stumbled upon a horrifying sight. A gray alien, frail and disoriented. Before they could grasp the situation, some officers came up, confiscating the creature and leaving the explorers with a chilling silence. Then, years later, a video showed the same gray alien, but its once pristine form was marred. Patches and wires snaked across its body, transforming it into a grotesque machine. The video abruptly cut off, leaving a chilling echo. What became of the alien? Brazil's nightmare. In October 2011, a Brazilian man woke to the insistent barking of his dog. Dismissing it at first, he went out in his backyard where he found a creature unlike anything he'd ever seen. Lay sprawled there. Large, beady eyes stared vacantly, their emptiness accentuated by a body far too thin and limbs far too short. The most disturbing feature, though, was its gaping maw, frozen in a silent scream. The man's mind raced. Was it an alien, ejected from a crash, or fleeing some unknown horror? Peruvian pelicaris. A photo went viral just a few months ago. An alien, glowing figure standing eerily in the vast Peruvian landscape. Dubbed pelicaris, the face peeler by locals, it sent shivers down spines worldwide. The initial frenzy subsided, many dismissing it as a hoax. But then a video surfaced. The same remote location, this time the flames revealed a horrifying truth. A creature pulsating with an otherworldly glow. Panic gripped the Peruvian villages. Was this the pelicaris, a monstrous predator with a taste for human flesh, or even the ability to mimic its victims? A visit to Mexico. Just weeks ago, the internet erupted with a bombshell, an alien body lying lifeless in the Yucatan jungle. Theorists speculated the aliens' UFO malfunctioned, stranding them in the unforgiving wilderness. However, the story took another bizarre turn when people went to the supposed crash site and found nothing, absolutely nothing. Whispers of government involvement swirled. After all, they were known for their penchant for disappearing anything remotely extraterrestrial. Unwanted contact. In 2019, a bombshell dropped with the autobiography of Calvin Parker, a close encounter with aliens 45 years prior. Back in 1973, a fishing trip with his friend Charles Hickson on the Pascagoula River in Mississippi took a terrifying turn. Followed by an electrifying burst of blue light, 3 grotesque beings with slitted mouths materialized, subjecting them to a harrowing examination that stretched for hours. When they finally stumbled back to civilization, their story was met with disbelief. Giant mystery.
There's a person standing there.
No, it's not!
Last year, a trucker passing through the treacherous mountain passes of British Columbia caught a glimpse of something extraordinary on a distant peak. At first, a figure silhouetted against the sky might have been dismissed as a lone climber, but upon closer inspection, the math defied logic. The figure dwarfed the surrounding landscape, appearing impossibly large even for the most seasoned mountaineer. Furthermore, the locals claimed this specific peak was a no-go zone, even for the most skilled climbers. Whispers of an unknown alien species, colossal beings shrouded in secrecy, began to circulate. So, are we truly alone on this planet, or do giants lurk just beyond our reach?
There's a person standing there.
No, it's not!
Unwelcome visitor. A man's home security system alerted him to movement detected by the living room camera. Frustrated, he had dismissed similar alerts all week, chalking them up to a faulty sensor or a stray animal. But this time, he pulled up the footage. There, on the grainy screen, a figure materialized from the inky blackness outside his window. An intruder! But as the figure stepped into the sliver of light, a jolt of primal fear replaced it. The creature was vaguely humanoid, a sickly gray in the night vision. The camera caught the creature inching closer to the house, then nothing. Just the empty frame of his front yard bathed in the pale glow of the street lamp. The man was taken by fear. A chilling reminder that something alien, something wrong, lurked just beyond the frame. Raid gone wrong. The year was 2019 when a man slipped past the gates of Area 51, but panic struck him when he found himself in a maze of sterile corridors. His phone, useless without a signal. During this, he entered a room where he heard a low, guttural growl. Before he could react, a pair of glowing eyes pierced the darkness. They were large, reptilian, and filled with an intelligence that chilled him to the bone. It was a monstrous shape, vaguely humanoid, but undeniably alien, emerging from the shadows. The man ran away instantly, with his lungs burning from exhaustion. Unwanted house sitter. In 2011, Thomas Collins decided to inspect his house with a friend after hearing strange noises emanating from his basement. He anticipated finding a rat or possibly a rabid raccoon, so they approached cautiously. As Collins and his friend descended into the dark basement, they heard a faint movement. Suddenly, as if scripted for a horror movie, a whitish head emerged from a corner, startling them both. They hastily retreated. Collins returned the next morning, but found nothing there. All he had left was a video recording that confirmed something had indeed been present.
Shoot!
Open discussion. Panic gripped South Carolina nearly a decade ago. A photo surfaced, a chilling image of a towering reptilian humanoid. Towering at 7 or 8 feet, with glowing red eyes and an unsettlingly human-like body, it defied explanation. Dubbed the Lizard Man, the image sent shivers down spines and sparked endless discussions. Then, an eerie silence. The Lizard Man faded from the headlines, relegated to the realm of urban legend. But then a video emerged, shaky and unclear, but undeniably capturing a similar creature darting through the trees in the very same area. The internet erupted. For many, this was undeniable proof. The Lizard Man was real. Was the Lizard Man a lone predator, or was there something more sinister at play? Was it a mutant, a clever hoax, or a glimpse into a world we never knew existed? Only time and perhaps another shaky video will tell.